Hi, my name is Lauren O'Connell and welcome to my do-it-yourself at-home facial. That dancing man you just saw is the one and only and truly the one and only Ole Henriksen. He is 68 years old and the founder of his own namesake skincare brand, Ole Henriksen. I always thought his name was Ole. I have been saying Ole for years because it is spelled O-L-E, but I found out no, it is indeed Ola, and he is such a character. I have never met anyone like him before. He's incredibly kind and positive, and he has a special message for you. I did a little question and answer session with him. I'll put that later on in the video. You don't want to miss it. Since I posted my last video, which was about a week ago, till now, I feel like life has completely flipped upside down. With the coronavirus, the COVID-19, everything has changed and my kids are no longer in school. The cinemas are closed, the parks are closed, the gym is closed, the beach is closed, and I'm sure there's going to be more and more closures. So I have my kids at home. I have a very rambunctious 8-year-old boy, and I need to have some self-care. If I don't take care of myself, I'm not going to be able to handle this whole situation, all of this madness. So my intention for this video is just to give you a place of self-care as well, where you can just do a facial to yourself, have that moment of just sanity where it doesn't feel like everything is falling apart, and just relax and breathe. You don't need to buy all of these products I'm using. You don't need to buy any of them. Use what you have and just go by my formula. If you don't have a certain product for a step, just skip it. And just do what you can with what you have. We're gonna start off today with a few things. Number one, make yourself just a nice drink. And right here, I have a water that has chopped cucumbers, lemons, and mint in it. It's delicious, and it makes me feel like I'm at the spa. So this is important at this time. With how crazy things are, it's a little bit of self-care. Also, just use one big towel. And right here, I just have a giant bath towel, and I'm just going to keep reusing this to minimize the amount of laundry that I need to do. So we're gonna start off today with double cleansing the face. And before a facial, if you've ever gone and gotten a professional facial done or whatnot, you probably have noticed that they do clean your face twice. Now this is something you should be doing daily, and it doesn't matter if you wear makeup or not, you should always double cleanse your skin to really get all of the pollution, the grime, the impurities, the makeup, everything off of it so that your skincare can actually work and produce positive changes to your skin. If you're prone to having acne, blackheads, pimples, blemishes, red skin, irritated skin, there's a chance maybe you're going to bed every night and you still have residue from the day left on your skin. So today, to double cleanse, I'm using two of my favorite products. This is the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse Balm. I'll use this first. And I'm going to follow up with the Intensive Moisture Cleanser. Now, when I use the pre-cleanse, I put a little bit of the product onto the mitt that comes with the pre-cleanse. And this product is going to help to lift up all of the oil, the dirt, the pollution, everything I don't want on my skin. It's going to help to get rid of it. And it looks like truly a balm. It almost looks like a little bit of a thick paste or a Vaseline. So now I'm just going to wet my skin, and I'm just going to start to rub this all over my skin. The mitt itself is a textured silicone, so I think it's helping to just get the product a little bit deeper into the skin and to give a very light exfoliation. If you don't have the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse or any type of cleansing oil, you also can use these simple cleansing facial wipes or any facial wipes you may have. I tend to use these more when I'm wearing a lot of heavy makeup, so after those girls' nights out or the date nights, and they just help to really get rid of a lot of the product. They're really good for the eyes as well, and whenever you use a wipe or any type of remover on your eyes, just go in one direction, go down. Don't rub your eye like that because you'll end up just irritating your skin, and the skin around the eye is so delicate. Now, I'm also going to do my neck and a little bit of my chest because I always treat these areas the same way I treat my face. There's no point in having your skin on your face looking so nice and clear and healthy, and then your neck and your chest look aged or old or crepey. So just treat it all the same. So now I have just a nice layer of this pre-cleanser on my skin. I'm gonna go wash it off. I'll be right back. And with my skin damp from just washing off the pre-cleanser, I'm now putting in 1 pump of my Dermalogica Intensive Moisture Cleanser. I have very dry skin. I'm 37 years old, so I try to use products that really are gentle to my skin and aren't going to strip it. I personally stay away from cleansing gels and foams because I feel that they take away too many of my natural oils that I need because I certainly don't have much. So once again, do the chest, the neck, and I'm just gonna wash this off and my skin will be nice and clean and ready for the next step. All right, and the next step to this at-home facial is to steam your face. Now, if you don't have one of those fancy steamer machines, don't worry because neither do I. So I am literally using a pot of water I just boiled. So if you do it this way, please be careful. And I am going to put my towel over my head and just put my face in front of the steam. Now, a few things. Number one, don't put your face too close to it, otherwise you'll burn your skin, and that would be tragic. So don't do that. And the purpose of just letting the steam hit your skin is to help to soften up those blackheads, and that's for the next step in this facial. If you don't want to do a pot of water, what I would recommend doing is going to your bathroom sink and just plugging up the bottom of the sink, filling it with hot water, and put your face over it with the towel and let your skin just soak in the steam. I'm doing it this way just for the video so you can see what to do with a pot of water. My skin is now sufficiently steamed, and I can't believe I just did this, but I was getting so relaxed just having all that moist, warm air around my skin, and I was just leaning closer and closer to the water. I think I was just in a daze, and my nose actually went into the boiling water. So don't do what I did. So if it looks a little bit red right now, I did pull it out and it jolted me awake. But you know, let's just keep moving on. So this is now the treatment part of the facial, and I do have a few different concerns. Number one, I have some blackheads on my nose, so I want to address that. The other thing I have is just incredibly dry skin. My skin is actually feeling so tight right now. So I'm first going to throw on a little bit of this Dermalogica Skin Hydrating Mask while I'm putting the Blackhead mask on my T-zone area. And once again, I'm going to do the neck and the chest. And I like this mask. It's very emollient and it's full of hyaluronic acid and other emollients that are just going to soften my skin and help to soothe out the dryness. Now, this mask is really interesting. This is the My Clarins Blackhead Expert Stick and Mask product. This contains both kaolin clay and bamboo extract. Those are two ingredients that were recently in a foundation that I reviewed that I loved. It's the Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation. This is the foundation you want to have if you're doing girls' night out, if you're gonna be having your photo taken, any type of events, and you want your skin to look as beautiful as possible. It's thick, it's full coverage, but it is incredible. I highly recommend it if you go out with certain friends that always like to put pictures on Facebook or Instagram, wherever, and you think, you won't cringe when you see them if you're wearing this foundation. It's just that good. So I was really drawn to this product. The kaolin clay, the bamboo powder are both very gentle and they're not going to strip my skin. So the first part of the product is the stick. So what you want to do is to rub it on your nose on the areas where you have blackheads. So for me, that's on the tip of my nose as well as the side. So this is like an exfoliator, and it does have, I can feel some little granules in it. So I'm sure that's helping to lift up those blackheads. And you rub it into your skin, and then you have to wash it off and pat your skin dry. And now I'm going to apply the mask. And the mask itself needs to stay on the skin for 5 to 10 minutes. This has been on my skin now for about 10 minutes. I went out and showed my kids and they just didn't even bat an eyelid. I guess when you have me as your mom, this type of thing just isn't surprising. So I'm going to just remove this with my wet towel. I'm also going to just wipe off any of the excess of the Dermalogica mask I just put on. But to be honest with you, my skin drank almost all of it up. And in looking at my nose, I still see a few of the blackheads, but it does seem to be a bit clearer. I'm going to try to take 2 side-by-side selfies, and you can see for yourself if there's a difference. I'm ready for the next step of this do-it-yourself at-home facial, and that is the exfoliation. There are a couple different ways you can do an exfoliation. You can do a physical exfoliation, which is like a scrub, a walnut scrub or something along those lines. With a chemical exfoliation, you can do an alpha hydroxy acid, a polyhydroxy acid, or a beta hydroxy acid. So I do have a few different products I'm going to show you. The first one, oh, these are all actually Ole Henriksen products. So the first one that he gave me is this one. It's called Fat Glow Facial, and this is a polyhydroxy acid. These are more milder. They have bigger molecules and they can't penetrate the skin as deeply. And I also have this one. This is the Cold Plunge Pore Mask. This mask contains alpha and beta hydroxy acids. Alpha hydroxy acids are going to brighten and exfoliate your skin, and the beta hydroxy acids are going to get rid of any excess sebum you may have. These are great for all skin types. With the beta hydroxy acids, I don't use those that often because I have very dry skin, but once a week is fine for me. Today, I am going to use the Cold Plunge Pore Mask because I used it the other day and I loved it. Not only does it have the exfoliants in them, but it has glycerin in it. Glycerin is a super hydrator. It's a humectant. I love glycerin. And there's a lot of other moisturizing ingredients in this formula as well as antioxidants. I'm going to apply this product with a foundation brush. I never apply my foundations with a brush because I have such dry skin. I need a damp sponge, and it makes a great applicator for face masks. It comes out this really fun blue color, and I am going to put this all over my face. And it has a very minty scent to it. This mask also contains tocopherol, which is vitamin E. It's an antioxidant, and tocopherol is a wonderful skin smoother. It's great if you have fine lines and wrinkles like I do. And I try to use products every day that contain tocopherol. I feel like I look like that character from the Jim Carrey movie. What is it called? I can't think of the name of it right now. If you were alive in the 90s, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So this is very cool. It feels a bit tingly. I love how this feels. It's actually very relaxing. I feel like I'm actually in a spa. It has a nice peppermint scent to it. I love the ingredients in this formula. It does contain green tea as well, which is a wonderful antioxidant. If I was about to go in the shower, I would put this all over my neck and my chest as well. But because of this video, and it's just too complicated to do all of that, so for now, I'm just gonna keep it on my face. My skin feels so incredibly smooth right now. Ugh, I can't believe it. It feels great. It still feels a little bit tingly. It feels very refreshed. So I'm going to now just put a toner on my skin to restore the pH balance so it can readily accept the next step of this facial. And I'm going to be using the Dermalogica Multi-Active Toner, and I'm going to just spray this into this face halo. And this toner also contains some moisturizing ingredients. So that's easy enough, and I love this face halo. It's reusable, you can wash it, it's good for the environment. Now let's move into the sheet mask, and I just did the whole exfoliation treatment, and now that I have all this fresh new skin, I want to put a lot of moisture into it. I'm going to use these two masks. These are by the brand Patchology, and the illuminating eye gels contain caffeine, which is going to help to decrease puffiness. Glycerin, once again, that super hydrator. It's also a humectant. That means it's going to seep deep into the skin, and it's a water binding molecule, so it's going to plump up those fine lines and wrinkles that I definitely have around my eyes. This formula also contains, and I'm just looking at the back of the ingredients list right now, ascorbic acid, that is vitamin C. So that's going to be very brightening, and it's going to help to decrease hyperpigmentation, as well as sodium hyaluronate, and that is my absolute favorite humectant. Sodium hyaluronate is hyaluronic acid. It's very small form of it. It's going to seep really deep into the skin to help to plump up those fine lines and wrinkles. So we're going to put this one on first. And these, whenever you use sheet masks, if you notice that kind of goopiness they have to them, that's the ingredient butylene glycol. It's that jelly type of ingredient that makes the masks have the texture that they have. So here is the actual eye mask. I'm just going to place this in my under eye area. So that's easy enough. There we go. Now I'm going to put on the Patchology Hydrate mask, and this has hyaluronic acid and vitamin B5. B5 is panthenol, and that is another humectant. So once again, we're having those water binding properties. One thing I always like to do is take my jade roller and I just roll it onto the mask. And the little part of this is nice for the contours around the eyes. This has been on my skin now for about 20 minutes. Take off the eye gels, and I'm just going to really just press everything into my skin. I am so pleased with how my skin looks right now. I hope it's showing through on the camera, but just in the natural light, my skin looks so clear, so hydrated. I just feel good right now. So I am going to just put on a few different lotions, moisturize my skin, and I'm done. So for my eyes, I'm going to use this Biossance Squalane and Peptide Eye Gel. And I love Squalane, something our bodies naturally produce to keep our skin moisturized. And as we get older, of course, the amount of squalene, which is actually squalene, that our body produces declines dramatically. And I replenish my skin with squalene all the time, and it has just helped my skin look so youthful and fresh and hydrated. I have a few videos on squalene and products I use containing squalene. I suggest you watch them if you're not really familiar with this ingredient. It is a game changer. The eye cream I'm going to use today is the best eye cream I've ever used. It's the Mad Hippie Eye Cream. Oh, this is so good. I can't get over this product. Out of all the eye creams I've ever tried, this is one of the cheapest ones, and it's just so good. Now I'm going to put on some moisturizer, and I am using the Skin Smoothing Cream by Dermalogica. I'll put this all over my face, my neck, and my chest. Oh, I just feel so good right now. My skin feels amazing. And because I just put on the alpha hydroxy acids earlier and the beta hydroxy acids, and I've really treated my skin, gotta use that SPF. And I use SPF every single day of the year all over my entire body. You should too. And today on my skin, I'm using this Nimue Nimue Sun-C SPF 40. This is a broad spectrum sunscreen, so it's going to get both the UVA rays and the UVB. And last but not least, because I don't want my lips to burn, I always use the Cetaphil Protective Lip Balm in SPF 50. And my facial is done. Now, if I was doing this at nighttime before bed, instead of using the Skin Smoothing Cream by Dermalogica, I did mention earlier that Ole had recommended a product for you guys. I'm here with Ole Henriksen. Thank you so much for coming on to Lauren O'Connell Beauty TV. I wanted to ask Ole, for anyone that is new to his brand, what is the one product you suggest they try out to get a real flavor, a real feel of what your brand is all about?
Serum Brightening Gel Cream. It illuminates, it brightens, it binds moisture, it's light as a feather, and it actually enhances firmness in the skin by 60% after 4 weeks. You're gonna love it, and your skin is gonna love it even more.
Oh, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Mwah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And he said to use his C-Rush Brightening Gel Cream. This product does contain Rosa canina fruit extract, which I believe comes from the rose hip and may have vitamin A in it, which is retinol. So I recommend using this only at night. Here it is. It does smell like oranges. And it does have vitamin C, including the tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate, which is in the Biossance Squalane and vitamin C rose oil. Tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate is a vitamin C derivative. You can use it at the same time as a retinol and they won't cancel each other out. So that is my facial for at home. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care of yourself during this time, and I will have more videos coming your way.